Talisman. Yo, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Mixed Bag We Meet, and today is our first video for 2024. Y'all stay tuned, we're gonna be bringing y'all a retrospect of 2023, alright? But before that, today happens to be January the 5th of the year 2024. Y'all already know it's the new month of the year. Thank God. We say Alhamdulillah to all those who are present today, and also all those who couldn't make it to this year. May God keep y'all souls. So today is actually the first Friday of the month, and we gotta give thanks. So we went to the mosque to pray, and we chanced on the member of parliament for the Asawase constituency in Ghana, in the person of Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed, or Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't know him, and they only remember him by the skirmish that happened in parliament, where he was like they said, the Zongo champion, and he was kicking some people, in parliament. I mean, it was a sad day that nobody want to remember, we don't want to remember people by one thing that they did that was, kind of negative, though it was positive, but it was a low moment of their life. We don't want to remember that, but y'all remember soldiers' boots on the parliament floor and people trying to steal ballot boxes and papers and stuff like that. Y'all already know what happened, but yeah. Alright, so this is beside the point, but yes, we do remember him, Alhaji Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak. He's on a visit to the US, and is currently in the city Boogie Down in the Bronx, BX, and he came to the Bronx Islamic Cultural Center to visit, and we caught him on camera. He had a few words to share, and also he met with the elders and the Imams in close meeting behind closed door. And so we want to ask him what he's doing here and why he decided to come to Juma. As you already know, it's election year. We're gonna be seeing the likes of him and others coming in trying to garner support. So yeah, without further ado, let's go straight into it. This is gonna be uncut edition, alright? It's gonna be uncut. We're gonna bring you the raw statement with, when dealing with politics. That's why we don't do politics on my channel, because some people get their words, misconstrued, taken out of context and all that. So I'm gonna be giving y'all the raw, uncut version of his visit and his message. Stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, just smash a like on the video. You already know what to do. Just subscribe to the Mixed Bag We Need. And if you're revisiting, man, I ain't got to say much. Just share the video, like your channel. The Mixed Bag We Need. Alright, let's go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Muna farin ciki kwarai wannan lokaci da muka samu babban yayanmu yankin Asawase, yankin na kuma si Asawase ya zo ya ziyarce mu, kuma zai gaya muna abin da ke afuwa can Ghana, domin su ne mazaunin parliament, su ne wanda suke kokari su gyara muna al'amura. Kowa ya gan abin da ke tafiya Ghana. Gashi nan yaranmu, abin da ke bani tausayi, yaran 15, 16 da ya zama ya kamata su saura gida su yi karatu, wata rana su kuma su zo su zauna kamar yadda mun ta kai zauna ga dukkan su mutane da sun sa su gudu suna zuwa nan ga, in sun zo nan ga kuma ba karatu da su yi su ba, shi ne su yi aiki. Saboda shi tunda an rabu mun ta kana nan ga, ya ji message mu, ya kai message mu gida, ba mu ba ta wani lokaci mun ba shi speaker ya ci gaba da abin da ya kawo shi. Salamu alaikum.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Hadaran manyan masallacin ga, hadaran limamai da ke masallacin ga, farko dai na shaida babu abin gaskata da gaskiya ba shi Allah. Na shaida annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam annabi Allah ne, aminci Allah ya tabbata bisa gare sa da alayensa da sahabbansa da duk wanda suka bi grabunsa a ran tashi alkiyama. Na muku sallama ta addinin musulunci. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Farko dai na ba ku hankuri kamar na kashe ku, domin da yawanci na zo New York duka ne, na zo America wani harkoki na masa biyo New York duk na san akwai yan waye na, to na zo Allah ya sa Juma'a ya kai sai duba cikin masallatai yamma idan je yan kasa ko je moto nan na taɓa zuwa jimawa sai ana tafsiri ma to yau Allah ya sa juma'a na nan jiya da na zo New York sai na gaya da brother na kama da na son zo sallar juma'a to ban sani ba akwai wanda zai iya gaya da ma so kusan kaman na zuwa to da ya kira da dare shi kira ni kaman wannan ya samu ya ce shi ma aiki ya tare shi so shi ba zai iya ya zo masallaci ba amma ya ne tana ya kira ne wa ya zo to gaskiya ba san ba ya samu ya kira bisa ne ce mai da ba su juma'a wuce ba san ba sabon juma'a na gari ko ba ne na dai masa ne to da na san yadda shirin ku yake ne da zan bar gida da yake da iyali na muka zo da na shiri kama a na saya hamba galibi so da lokacin da mu samu interaction to sai ban san shirin ba kawai da musan da zamu zo mai sallar juma'a ne mu ga da manyan masallaci sun wuce shi gashi Allah ya sa kuka ce mu ce wani abu farko muna godiya kwarai da wanga dama da kuka ba mu na biyu kuma na ba kara ba mu hankuri da yake mun garshe ku ga Allah jama'a ku da yawa ba su san gama na biyu ba balle wani ya shirin tanadin saulara kuma kamar yadda dai kuka nema ce wani abu game da abin da ke tafiya da community namu da gida da so ni kuma inda na fi so ne kamar yadda muke zaune ga na magana ba mutane dama duk wanda ke da tambaya ko wani abin da ya kure mai shi ma ya iya yi don ya yi bayani ya fahimci farko dai Allah shi wanda mulka baki daya a muna gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ka duba kasar mu Ghana inda take gaskiya tana cikin kunshe kuma har wa yau ne na ce da kowa mu namu ne mu ta kara gode ma Allah domin cikin iko Allah banda ni member parliament ne Ghana tun 2010 Ghana Parliament kuma aka zabe ni kuma ina cikin wayan da ke represent Ghana mu biyar da muke African Parliament baki daya so da wannan muna yawan tafiya kasashen Africa an ka duba Ghana ka compare mu da kasashen Africa da yawa muna cikin kunshi muna cikin damuwa muna cikin wahala muna cikin masuwa shi ka duba kuma mai gomba da wasu da yawa amma inda muke nan ba inda muke so mu kai kenan ba domin muna son mu fi inda muke nan kuma mun iya mu wuce inda muke wallahi kullum inda kana yawan duban debating mu parliament cikin gidan da kanshi ina faɗi kamar mu 'yan siyasa ya kamata mu yi la'akari domin the dividend of democracy is not being realized by our people mobile democracy ya zo kama abin shakiyanci abin da muke faɗi daban abin da muke aikatawa daban ya bari yanzu mutum ma ya gama da dan siyasa bai sani bai yarda da shi ko kai yarda da shi yanzu kana magana dan siyasa a saka mutumin Ghana mutane na son su yarda da kai domin sun ga sakaran jiya sun ga jiya sun ga yau bai ke gwada aka gobe ya bambanta da yau kullum na wani magana cikin parliament Ghana na ce ina parliament tun president Kufuor an ka duba president Rawlings na yi one thing corruption, mismanagement, har aka Rawlings ya kare 8 years. President Kufuor zo da zuwan shi lokacin kake jin terms nan su gane ba all that haka kuma muna nan a tamas da Jomama aka campaign on the basis of corruption, mismanagement har President Kufuor kare. President Tamas ya zo da Jomama the same corruption, mismanagement, aka kai har aka fi da Jomama kai. Yau kuka zo President Nana the same issue of corruption and mismanagement. Kusan ne kamar like yanzu kai mutumin Ghana ne dai kaga wayan ga regime su duka. Kusan za ka lose hope in our democracy gaba. Democracy mun nan ba gaskiya ciki bai da tasiri kariya zalla ake yi abin ake fadi daban abin ake aikatawa kuma daban. Ni abin da ke fadi kullum cikin parliament ne mu 'yan siyasan da ke Ghana ba mala'iku ba ne ba wani wuri muka fito muka sauko ko ga muna shugabantar kasan ba cikin jama'an nan nawa muke fitowa ashe shi ne in dai mu rubabbu ne jama'an da muke cikin nan mu duka rubabbu ne abinda sa rubabbu zalla ke shugabantar kenan why am I saying this mu duka muna zan ba mu da tuna gaskiya kowa mu na so ya je abin da ake cewa free kowa na so da ya bace wan free ne kai ma ka san Ghana ba America bane America da kake ga ku bar mu fara gaskiya tsakanin mu da Allah wa kenan ke wasa da biyan taxes wa kenan ka san kai wasa da biyan tax wannan ka san one thing for sure sarka ne kai sarka mu fara gaskiya is the same in Ghana. It's not the same because in Ghana nobody wants to pay the tax but everybody wants to get the dividend. So shi sai siyasa ko sai jama'a ina so zan da kan kujerar da mutanen ga kullum ba su wayo sai dai a musu kariya ne a zo a samu so shi kowa ya yi to yin kariya so ka duba wanda ke yin gaskiya ka duba irin wahalar da suke sha duba akwai ai muna mutu 175 ne kuma wan ba wai waje na fari ko don na zo America nake fari ba na fari cikin gidan because na zauna cikin leadership parliament for 10 years in the 11th year to na ga fidin. In the 10 years, now in Ghana, quote me anywhere, 275 members of parliament, when they came 80, truly as members of parliament, back in Kenya, which are the 100, they came 80, the Lillian as members of parliament. I'm aware the bus for 80, so I can visit easily to come. Now, trying 2011, Mugaje won prime constituency now. The service to say, come on, they want the Mugaje. Last year, constituency now. She will go to share what colleague now, she had to unopposed. That means she got contestants, brother. They don't do that, she call that as well. But now imagine, come on, how can this one go unopposed? Me, I have to go through this drudgery and hell. Because Muna Kama career Gindi at the expense of this year. Couldn't Gavara, not the Kula, I keep telling people that I meet abroad. Ghanaians, so you are the cream of our society. You are the risk takers in our society. Co-world society. I mean, Kukuna America. Maybe we went to America, but they don't know even America how it was built. But I will encourage you to look for a movie called one book that is the 5 men that built America. Kakeni, who are they? Rockefeller, Ford, Carnegie, J.B. Morgan, they are the 5 people that really built America. Look at the risk they were taking. That's the kind of risk that all of you are taking. Can do it, Hanya Diaspora should be Mexico, so can discuss. It takes very creamy people to take those risks. So you are the cream among our society. How do I know which is okay? How united are you? How united are we? I mean, I'm zeroing down on our community, come on, like the Muslim community in Ghana. Besides, I take about more Ghana, more 20%. Muna argue, come on, move 20%. Mudokeshi Gastiani, more 20% of Ghana's population. Agreed, 20%. 20% of 275, no, it's supposed to give you about 55. Our members of parliament, the one day is Muslimini, the one day Musulmi ne bai sallah ko a ba ruwan shi bai da kishin addini mu duka mu 40 ne we are just 40 na in ka kana bidan wannan suka fi shekara 12 that's sun yi at least 3 times gidan musulmai ba mu kai 10 ba in ka te kana bidan sojojin Ghana kana so ka ga musulmai nawa ke ciki. They are less than the 20%. Teachers, I can Ghana what I've been against she and Kassan Society. She did teaching. Teachers in Ghana, Muslim get 20%. Nurses in the Ghana, 20%. Doctors in the Ghana, 20%. So in almost every field, come on, we are still way behind. Even the short population that get 20%, when I move 20%. Even when you stick to that 20%, in everything, we are not up. And this is the major challenge that many of us are having. The way I keep telling people, I didn't enter politics to become a top politician. I entered politics to represent my people. And there's a huge difference in that. I entered to represent my people means that there's no way it's not sacrifice Mutanina because of NDC MPP. No, I won't do that. So sometimes you see my own party people were having issues with me and you hear the insults and those things. Because when they were meeting, I keep asking, what is in for my people, because I'm representing them. But the sad thing there about Mudakam, because of the lack of unity among us, Nason be Bamba Mike, they were the Michina, I got PS chicken mu, I got MPP chicken mu, I got NDC chicken mu. Ask anybody who is in MPP in this years and the attack I one must say, if you do the vacation, the even suffering the Suki as Muslims within the MPP is worse. And I quote me, I say that it's worse than NDC. I'm at a challenge in London because the first graduate that we had, whether Muslimi or Northerner in Ghana, was in 1960. Before 1960, the whole Ghana, whether Northerner, Muslimi, we didn't have a graduate in Ghana. They started having graduates in 18 something. So she come on like they are way ahead of us. So every time, so I devise method to weaken them. And one of the easiest methods to weaken us is that, Imam no routine about the Salah. Very excellent Imam. Yana about the Salah. Yana tafsiri. So he's growing. Akwai Imam the Kansh. So about the Ana so weaken Masala Chinda. Kami Gavara, Nai Karatu, Amaba came by the Hotuba. She as well a champion. Who I fit the suit Kawoni. Kawoni, I know was Romanian. Ama the experience of the garden. And it will not take me another decade or 2 decades to get there. Look at it now, once I'm still learning now, the whole community retired. And that is exactly what they are doing to us, even in the politics in our country. So, we can agree, we can agree when it's there. So, I can't that's a gap. That's a gap. What I think of no I can use. And that's a gap because when the days of the user father. So, it's going to take him at least another decade or 2 to get to where you are. I carry in politics. When I went to politics, when I came to parliament first in 2005, President Nana was in parliament. President Mahama was in parliament. And they were only 2 terms ahead of me. So both President Yanzuli Kizami, the one in 8 years, they were my colleagues in parliament. So she knew they were going to go. I'm not afraid because we're colleagues. So it doesn't make demand about my people, but Shaka, but Dumbaya, because they were my colleagues. Among you, I got 2 years like I want to hear. This is a Magana dance, and you should buy it. I know I've been getting a story at time when you have been getting a story because here I come on Susan Mokusa, Allah, they wouldn't. But when you keep long in the game, you know the game, you know all the nuances. Now, then you become a major target. And I can bet you, get a big action. Now that Gamude in Chambers asking why he left the mainstream politics in Ghana. Gafubode Facebooker and pushing to aside. And on. You can have a kind of countless. And that's exactly many of us are struggling today. Within our party and in our own community. And we will wake up as Muslims, but what is going to happen there? Wallahi, we will continue to be fighting all the fights, all the dirty things in the politics in our country, and yet our community will never get out of its woes. Look, party NDC, the MPP Ghana, it's been there for the last 30 years, since 1993. Anytime Kaji, 1993, I want violent on Yamutu, Kaji Suneshi. India, I want Tashankala, I Bachi, Kaji Sunawena. So can sacrifice lives. But more as Muslim community in Ghana, whether in NDC or MPP, can we sit down and take stock and say that for the last 30 years, what dividend have we gotten? What dividend? No, none of these parties can answer. Not NDC, not MPP. Wallahi, I'm NDC. I can argue, come on. 1 year ago, and here I will say without any reservation, NDC introduced. The Islamic Education Unit does really help us. But Allah, the Islamic Education Unit, that maybe our community will be worse than it is. Introduce holidays for Muslims in our country. But remember, all these things were done during the PNDC. They were not done under NDC. They were done under PNDC. So will be relying on those small victories for a very long period of time. The time has come for us to be able to gallop up. But we are stuck. Why are we stuck? Lack of unity. Because the young MPP, the Munich NDC, Muna the common platform, the which is a Muna meeting. Whether it is NDC is in power or MPP is in power, Muna the agenda. How many doctors do you want to produce in the next 10 years? How many engineers do you want to produce in the next 10 years? How many lawyers do you want to produce? How many engineers, how many this, how many that? And when they are out, how do we get them into the system? It should be the agenda, the mood, the young woman with the MPP, table. So when it comes to fighting, pushing it. And this is a MPP, my son, the one that is interested in siyasa, can't tell me this is happening. It's not happening because we are even afraid to meet. Naturally, Mustafa Ahmed is the Minister for Zongo Development. She not chief. She not Mustafa. We need to be able to overcome the issue. Allah that. So Musa did. She was a Naza Ahmed was a meet officer in Parliament House. She came 2 days to the meeting. I've been father so even let's say oh like meeting the Bible me. Mesa Bible me, the gay I mean Mesa by Maninas and Minesa by because I'm crash I'm honest. Okay, I'm back a minister, take us to the educated come at the NDC, who saying is happening. So he has to pull back. I will not be surprised if go with number when he NDC is power. After about when the minister for development, young man with the game, he will also be afraid. Why? But that's handling the leadership of government anywhere we go. And I'm sorry to raise this because when we are the cream among us, if you get united, you'll be able to push unity home. Very beautiful mosque, large people, largely Ghanaians. Kade want hope, same. Kade Yankasa, same. Couldn't go far. Do you have a common agenda? No. Nasser has his own agenda. Yankasa has his own agenda. Mount Hope has his own agenda. You think that we can really succeed with that? I'm sorry to tell you. What number I'm going to Malum Allah Kakura Kunya Kuna Nasser, Kuna Shiru, Kuna Masalachum, Amakuna, the master plan. Ghanaian community now. You need to be able to have a school, proper school, but not just no, proper school. I've seen Pakistani communities here, I've seen other communities. They don't have just a mosque, they have an Islamic center. That's the Akwe school, proper schooling. The state absorbs the school. It's a government assisted where everything curriculum statement and amakuma kuna karada dinu ya ro kutui na ba ku the challenge we ya ta sa hijab the menini amakama ka sente je school da ke suke zuwa yanzu ana sa musu ra'ayin lutu da menini ba ka ce a'a amma na ku ne fa kana tafiya kana ga wo Presbyterian hospital ba hu sai da ku musulman da ke nan ba ba samu hospital yau ga me yankuna black man ko ga ne me when you got a Ghanaian, a child born of a Ghanaian parent, who is a million, New York. Basically, White is a senator, Ghanaian from Minnesota. There's a Spanish as far as America. So, who find as well? And yeah, two of those group they got Minnesota deliberately. Today they have a congresswoman, very young lady, very vocal. She's fighting for the religion, she's fighting for her people. Originally from Somalia, you go to Obama somewhere Ghanaian town. The the Bronx, virtually it's becoming like a Ghanaian community. But you go to Afara Castle, the Bangkok team up with other communities, the Guineans, the Gambians, the Benin, who take them on no. Castle get the Latin, Mutani Goma, Muga candidate, Mutani Guma, Mugama, vote Manam. These are plans that you should have. You go to UK today, the Prime Minister of UK is a first generation Indian. Parent is old, but wait a principal. So it means that they have opportunities beyond one of Kukasan. have to plan it. You cannot plan it if there's no unity amongst you. You have to be talking to each other. Yes, and that's it. Kuna the administration, kuna the local rallies. But you need to have a bigger platform. The good work is not going to discuss as a community. Yes, as a community, we can progress. In community, we can progress because some units, wallahi, is going to affect us positively back home. Gidan kaga taimaka da yawanci kuke kaiwa. Gidan kaga yayin gida da yawa da yawanci ku gari. In kaga wani gida da gidan da talauci zai kashe su yau yara suna zuwa su da yawanci kun ga da ke bodi nan ga ku ne. So you have a lot of influence back home. But you see, ba mu zama kiosk, kowa na yin kiosk mentalities. Ne na gina nawa, na boye na yin nawa, kama ka boye kana yin naka shi ma boye na. Sai mu zo muna start kamar community mun nan, we make a hub. Kuma gafara. Wani ya zafa daga when they so much 50s, 60s, they will understand me. Among K, you are less than 40 years, you never understand what I'm saying. We made some mistake in the early 70s. Unfortunately, we are repeating it. It cost us, but because it was not tangible, we didn't see it. We are repeating it. In the early 70s, the Nigerians got some oil. Zua Agegi, the Minini, was popular in our community. Kuwo mu aka tashi yayin mu aka tashi aka ti ana zigza ana dinki ana menene za zo gida a kawo BF sabulu a kawo coke Coca-Cola da Fanta a kawo tape me kana sa mai bata kana abin ga muna gani kamar wayewa kenan lokacin nan da aka zo aka yi kokurum Nigeria in the early 80s 84 what did we see? It is one of the things that is accounting for the deep poverty we have in our community today because the cream among us left. And they came all unprepared. They are so unprepared. They came and exacerbated the poverty. When they have been there, they have been there. They are one my test matter and chicken. Had I Fiaro, had Yaro in their car secondary school, Hayaro in their car university. They some Baba, she didn't begin to talk for. The Miyazo making a Patakata 20 years, 25, 30 years. We have that kind of situation. Today, the painful thing the Muki is shooting. Come to Gafara, Umutu Nagida, pay the Aikin. She had your contact with Ture, but like in our support of them. About that, they were that's Timaka putting play ticket, not Timaka. And the one that is hurting me is that when I'm farmer, Kusamu, Kusashi, then I'm military, Yaka, what is senior rank, one American contact, she would be a very one, she Yazo husband. I'm going to the forms, soon as GS, well, so deputy director level, somebody soon as well, was those husband. Look, they are senior officers in the offices. They are running away with frustration. It is the frustration that is keeping all of us there. Wallahi, Nazim doesn't remember of Parliament. Alcohol Mukanete Azana, never knew more than 4 years. The Lord said, I must have been the Wuti. Let's say, 4 years, they knew more than 4 years. Am I the next day? Naki the way you say, by the end of that, to Mutanika, Yafika say, I wouldn't go. In the Zaka Musukasia. I've been able to educate na hiyo. Kuma na imani duk wanda ya san conference na 20 years ago in ka ce yau ka ga the difference. We are not where we want to be. We still have a lot of challenges. There's still unemployment. There's still a lot of challenges. Among where we were and where we are, there's a huge difference. It takes sacrifice. So she can actually senior government officials can one level. Yes, obviously, na kagare must make that level. So she ante mama kamatiriti, ante mama zamba. She can do a better thing. That they will learn somebody to rent. Fine. Cars to rent, and you make it for yourself alone and your family. What about the community? What about the Ummah? The white community, whether Accra, whether anywhere in Ghana, one of the biggest challenges is Yaran and Shahi. They can have Wahala, can I get an Aka? Amaka after a day with Nema. After one day I case Okunami Sigalinga, or Jacob Sobika, come to the Yaran that get your Wahala, can I get out? Community now, 1 year ownership. So you cannot just be building yourself without thinking about the general community. So she don't understand. This is a very controversial thing. It takes only a courageous person to speak to this truth. Mudu kubamu mutashi kuzamu zo America, kuzamu je Canada, kuzamu Germany. Nkati consensus na ngako wana kudada matasa ke zaki na kai shine batun zuwa Turai. Because I consistently tell them it is not right for mudu kumiti zamu market muje. 20 years, 30 years to come. yanda suke shugabancin kasan suna muna yadda suke so da 40 years ka zo it will be the same because when da kai da suke tashi da ku da ku ne PS na ka ce ka ba su yau shine director general of Ghana Education Service kana cewa wani yaron ka je school ka samu yadda kake so ka ce ka ba shi yau shine director general of Ghana Health Service kana son hospital ku ko matanka na mace ta duba ta ji haifuwa it won't happen kana son wani immigration ka zo kana duba fulani ka ce na kai kuma kana Hausa dai kai ba mutumin Ghana bane why the immigration da aka kai ka bari ka zo turan nan don't want the destiny she the head of the immigration and he continue to undermine you amma kai kana ciki kai ma kana gurin ka zo ka kai one level kai ma ka iya ka tare mutane ka na ba ku wanda last abin da just as an example akwai da wani guda Abdurrahman in ka je tema office passport office she the head Rahman Nasir for the past 15 years I remember very well looking that yake tashi yana foreign service frustration da mun da mu wallahi honorable yanzu ni an ji da ni Belgium ina so ma mu gudu ambassador da je kama ni mai house ce Rahman tun Allah kaka ya kai to ba ka samu da ba kowa da samu ba persevere endure kaman wasa yau in ka ce passport office to whole passport office tema station shi ne head and you know what is that ana sallar juma'a wurin reason shi ne ba su musulmai da ke aiki wurin suna ɗiba ba su ba wurin da su je nisa shi create wurin ana sallar juma'a roƙalar muke ne in ya kai 3-4 years wurin ko ya bar wurin sallar juma'a ne aiki yanzu Mustapha Hamid shi ne chief executive national abin ga petroleum authority ni wani na bi wurin ne gurin gaishe shi na ce maka ni za gudu za a sallar da amina sallar juma'a na dai kabara Mustapha Hamid ya je na MBA ana sallar juma'a wurin right inda ya bari min gafara ka san irin frustration Mustapha Hamid ya go through Mustapha Hamid during President Kufuor's era the one that he took up he never got a place to stand wanda ke MPP nan ya san Mustapha Hamid ka tambaye shi he never got a place to stand mun ga shi ta masa cizewa da ana mun ne ba ko ka rubuta kai ka ce ka bari wake nan bai san lokacin da President Nanado ke campaign wanda ya spokesperson shi Mustapha Hamid da aka samu alkawalin da aka yi ma baya cika ba shi kowa masu fushi cikin wannan aiki cika bari wani wallahi ka bari kada samu hankali an kai ga information ministry kana cewa ba hankali kada samu hankali ya samu hankali yau yana shi ne da ko petroleum da ake import Ghana shi ne ka je office shi ana sallar juma'a ba haka za mu yi mu ma mu ci har yanzu kai when we can influence inda ko zai gudu wadan ka zo kan gafara Mustapha mai baby inda yake zaune nan the whole month salary bai kai kudin gafara wannan ya zo sakaran jiya aka samu wani security yana yi maybe in ya samu aiki biyu yana gamawa yana yi a week ya samu $1,000 gida yanzu 12,000 ne so times 4 that's 48,000 to ga nake maybe kaje ka tuwa salary Mustapha bai kai 48,000 amma yau inda yake zaune nan the influence da abin da zai iya taimaka ma community na is far more than 48,000 so it's not every time kake tunanin kanka because yana kai amma sai ka da bango to the extent that kana kamar you should walk away and this is the challenge so shi ban jan kudewa na saya nan da na san akwai wasu malasar na kai na san mai wasu suna da tambayoyi da za su yi wani clarification mu ya bayar Allah ya taimaka mana Allah ya kiyaye mu daga baki daya wallahi idan ku zaunin ga Allah zama da ku lafiya na san dai akwai challenges da yawa hasata yan waye da ke zuwa batu yadda za a sauke su yadda za a taimaka musu fara aiki ba easy ba ne so ku da ke shugabannin Allah ya taimaka muku ku taimaka musu su ma wanda ake taimakawa su ma Allah sa su bi nasiya da kuke musu don na ji wasu su fara irin wani dubious characters da karanta da tayi wani kamin ka gani shi wanke ka from behind da dai create my problem Allah sa su ma su shiru mu duka Allah shirya da mu ya karfa mana sirri wa salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh
tun da dai an ce Nasir ya kai da ke mun 2 or 3 questions
honorable Allah ya kiyaye ka ya ku a bari magana ji honorable tambaya na da nake da shi ne akwai wani lokacin da wani labari ya fito aka ce honorable Mustapha da wani MP kuma haka wai MPP sun bribe kuma gaskiya ni na san ka kamar kai musulmi mu'mini sosai is it true magana na gaskiya ne ko dai karya ne kamar suka muku wannan kaki domin na san wurin suna waje sun yadda kamar gaskiya ne kuke bari NDC ke faduwa tunda kuna cikin mutane na kun kasa yaki da su har sun bribe I was shocked na kamar no ni na san wata kalma kai wannan so sa offer is true.
Well, I mean, sometimes what happens in Parliament, fortunately for all of us, is in the glaring eyes. Yana tabbatu kamar an ce ni da Haruna Idris ne da kwari. Wasu muna shugabancin minority muna karon bribe from MPP shebar MPP ke ya bi da suka yi dama. A nan zan fara tambayar ka ne. Tun da muka bar shugabancin da gudanar abu guda da NDC ya stop MPP from doing Parliament. Are they also collecting bribe? Because you see, ranar da muka elect Babi as speaker, ai kowa ga irin farin da muka yi ko garan kai. Ranar ne kiyayyen ya tashi. Come on, hey, Samarunanga, electing speaker from opposition, da suka yi zai bari su yi tasiri sosai cikin kasanga da NDC. Tun rana aka fara shirya maka ba lokacin da I'm giving you catalog of activities da ababa da ya kude just to point to the fact about ranar da people got threatened by our leadership and our capabilities and what we're able to achieve. So Shaka Fara, because Parliament is a very simple place. Voting kuma one kana da 138 kana da 137. Har inda kowa ya zo kai ma ka zo ba abin da za ka win from there. Lokacin da kaga mutanen su a zo ba ga su ba menene ba, you don't know what was happening. I mean, Allah ne shaida mu. We did our very best and I'm sure, look, our track record is there. I'm at the track session. Komi kawai na fadin komi ake kana da wayan nan. Ka duba irin wani shashashe da ke kan social media me zai hit duka batun musulunci yake hit don suna musulmai suna support bamiya ni na zanen ga wallahi lazim Allah ne shi da muke ga ba mai dan wanmu ne ni da ba mai auto phone magana kan phone haka ko wani magana shi ce aure abu ga ba su zai magana da kai shi da ga wurin taro ga I don't have his number, we've never discussed anything amma wannan bai sa ina da matsala ko akwai matsalar constituency na gwamnatin na ba gwamnatin MPP ba ne ɗan gwamnatin kasar ne duka. If I want a problem solved, wallahi I will always approach the system because Allah ya sa na kai wani wuri cikin kasar mu na da phone na yin solve problem mutane. I will solve it today, I will solve it tomorrow, I will solve it the next day because that's the same thing they were doing. I don't know how come sooner forget about party affiliation, suna duka suna solve problem communities. Amma mu da an yi ana fa a ce akwai shamaki tsakanin ba kuma kai suwa. No, that will not happen. We are brothers. Wallahi I believe na financial akwai da minister da zai ce ni na taba zuwa office da zai ce wanga phone da nake so ka bani as a person. Tashi sai dai zan nemi abu ina right official community na ana need kaza. Wannan ma har na zan game da kai baka. Ina baka pursue in classroom block ne wani batun electricity ne batun wani health ne batun wani challenges ne yadda za a yi magance shi amma aiki ne mun yi gwagwadon nan kuma na yi ba ne Allah ne shi da mu Allah iya wani
ya bi ba ya sunan shi kami imam ya magana dan ba deputy secretary na chapter so yin shi da question ko wani one or two magana da sai
to na gode kwarai Kasani Deputy Secretary for NDC in the United States here. Maganan the Honorable
Please, can you mention your name? Can you mention your name?
Yeah, my name is Labib Sarkin Samani.
Okay.
Yeah, Maganan the Honorable Batu Abdurrahman. Now, so gaskiya Rahman da shi muka tashi daga Tamale. Daga zangon Tamale. Gaskiya ya go through a lot, amma currently make a lot of difference. In Zangos and especially in Tamale. Yana proof that mostly tradition Zangon Tamale muna gyara takalmi ne. So they want to use ya person koma school. Recently about 2 of them sun samu scholarship. Ya samu scholarship sun zo nan za su yi school. Wasu sun zo sun sauko jera. So shi magana honorable na is very true. I think that when magana abu da kalan zai in dokin ba youth mun zo muna garin Ghana ya kamata mu understand kamar politics in Ghana na you can't go in there ba ka taba wani level of education ba. So the opportunity that we are here now, ya kamata mu masa. I mean, it shouldn't just be the formal education. Mutum kai ka koyi maybe wani transportation program, wani maritime, or just ka samu wani skill. Kuma ka samu skill ne ya kamata mu masa, mu identify various political systems in the garin Ghana. Akwai NDC groupings, akwai MPP groupings. We need to live with them because at the end of the day, associations nan da ke nan Ghana suna sponsor main political parties nan da yawa Ghana. So in ba mun list with nan mun samu leadership nan ba, yeah, very very difficult. NDC in the United States for the first time, mun elect Zongo Caucus coordinator for the entire United States in the person of Honorable Abdulsalam. Ba taba yi ba. Kuma out of the 22 executives the NDC ke da cikin America, mu 8 yaran Zongo ne. So muna da a lot of influence within NDC currently in the United States. They should not encourage youth. I won't go, I'm an NDC man, but in this platform, I'm not going to speak for NDC. I'm going to speak for both NDC, MPP. Hindi ka na harayin MPP. Ka nemi inda suke garin ga. Ka join ne su ba ka na harayin NDC ne. Ka nemi inda suke. Ka join. Inda za mu yi mu raise wannan mu yau take influence, mu yau develop kanmu kenan. Sai sa na gode kwarai.
Assalamu alaikum. Kaga lokaci ya kai nisa ya kuri mun duba mun dai honorable na lokaci mun so mu yi one forum ko by the weekend ko dai wani lokacin da yake da time mun so mu zo mu tambaya more questions domin muna gani kamar bayani short yasa muna so mu ba imam shi ma ya mura wani wato ya addu'a shi mu tashi saboda lokaci ya kai kuma mutane suna kira ya
okay
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Mun gode kwarai kuma muna cikin masu daɗin kai cewa yau honorable Alhaji Muntaka ya zo muna cikin masjid al-Nasr. Mutum ne da muke jin shi ne muna jin shi ya jima muna ganin shi cikin harkoki na zango da sauransu. To addu'ar da zamu yi mai Allah ya taimaka mishi, Allah kuma ya biya mishi bukatu. Ubangiji mu Allah ya fidda su kunya. Ya yi magana da wanda yake maganganun nan da akwai lokaci sun shi na su da suna muna haka nan da suka zo aka su sauri su neman muna rana da yake ba bayan sallah bane mu arrange ku ga ma kowa ya zo masu kowa ya samu tambayar shi zai yi to akwai tambaya da yawa, akwai maganganu kuma da yawa both NDC and MPP, akwai maganganu da yawa da yake yana nan cikin shabab da yake mun so mu kuma mu tattauna ciki. Amma kafin haka nan tun da honorable na zaune nan magana guda honorable yayi da yake ya min dadi amma rather unfortunately ya ce ba succeed ba. Kullum na zargin politicians sun gane duka ni personally ina zargin su kan wannan point ban san ma akwai initiative ba. Shi da yau ya bar Najeriya kamar an taba yi amma ba succeed bane, amma na so encourage on ba matukan da zango ba mu zo mun hada kanmu mu bar batun NDC MPP muka zo zango mun zo gida kenan mu zo mu tattauna ciwo mu gida, amma muka fita mun yi gadda mama ni da kai waje, amma muka zo gida mu san abin da muka sa gaba. Da ina samanin ba shi na kullum na fadi kamar a'a indai batukan ba mu yi batun zango muka zo gida mu yi batun zango mu bar NDC MPP ba. Ta lokacin ya zo kamar a ko ka kana NDC minister wanda kuma ke MPP minister kai da shi kun ga zango wannan abin an saki shi kenan mu yi batun ya dawo mu samu ci gaban zango, domin wannan nan aka Allah ya ce matukan ba mu yi wannan ba gida ba za mu samu dacewa ba, nan ma ba za mu samu dacewa ba, domin mu musulmai ne. Abinda muke yi ne muna so mu ci gaba ta addini, sannan mu ci gaba da duniya mu taimaka mana mu ci gaba ta addini. Allah ya ba mu wani kan wanga magana ya ce in dai ba mu yi ba wallahi mun samu problems. Wai in ka je cikin I think it's Surah 8 or so verse 73 al-Anfal, Allah ya magana ya ce wallazina kafaru wadannan da su suka kafirtar nan ba duhum awliya ba shi kafarin nan kaga su ba su sai da alliance to each other wannan da su suka je wurin su ga mu su gyara su gyara sai mu zo muna fada mu zo gidan mu muna fada shi sa insha Allah ya ce wallahi illa taf'alu inda kuma ba ku yi haka nan ba takun fasad kabir
an yi barna shi yasa kan aka nan wannan ne na ji daɗi cikin maganan ga kuma na so da mu da kuruka mu hada kai mu yi wannan nan sannan mu samu ci gaba sannan magana ko na biyu ko da nake roƙon honorable kuma na jira ko wanda cikin ku dai zo nan na mishi wannan magana kaga yau ga mu nan da yawa na mun kuma mu mai wani abu gida kamar da kake fadewa mun ya mu kira mutane mu ce wani ministan da yadda shi wallahi muna so ku kokari dama muna so gabancin gida ma mun ta shi yasa duka muna da karfi amma abinda na gani ne ba kuka zo nan muka yi magana da ku kamar da muka yi magana dadi da yau ni a imamu masallaci yau shi na zo gida na ce ina son ga minista wallahi sai ya zama magana shi zama magana ba ka gani shi wanda ke kula da shi ba su bari ka gan shi to mun zo mu yi magana nan mu kare na zo gida kila ina da wani abu da zan kara maka bai na gan ka ba to ai kaga kaman wurin bai basa ko bude muna hanya mun zo gida ne in ka ji kaman mai shi ai muna hanya amma muna ganin ku shi muna fira insha Allah Allah ya sa mu dace rabbana إن شاء الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب الخمر وقنا عذاب الموت وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين صلوا على الكريم.
So after the honorable speech, I caught up with him back door, saying everything he spoke was in the local language of Hausa, which a lot of people on my channel do not understand. Just for him to summarize in a few words what he meant by the long speech that he gave, and also ask the Imam about what he said to him in Hausa as well. Introduce yourself and let us know.
Well, I mean, I'm Muntaka Mubarak MP for Asawase. As you know, I'm in New York and I chose to visit the community to speak to them and to tell them that we need to try and unite ourselves at all times. Remember, regardless of whichever party we find ourselves, regardless of which other subfits we have a common destiny and we need to do everything to unite ourselves so that we can have a common agenda. Regardless of where we find ourselves, we know that this is the purpose for which we are living and where we want to get to our children, the future of our community. So that's basically why I came to visit them and to interact with them. And
Thank you so much. And why should people in the diaspora support the government? Because there's an influx of a lot of migrants, and a lot of them, they are people with good brains. They're leaving the country and they're coming, to struggle out here, wasting basically 5 years to a decade of their life just to start, the American dream all over again. People don't really have hope in the governance and in the government back home, both NDC and MPP. So why should people actually listen to, the likes of yourself, your honorable, when you visit here? Why should people actually, try to dissent to whatever you try to tell them?
Well, I mean, yes, it's true. Sometimes in life you get, so disappointed in what is happening. But believe me, the future still holds. The future is still bright. Our country, we cannot just write our country off. I know this year's election is going to really bring about a change that is going to help develop the future of our country. We need to have hope in our country. I mean, no other country can be ours. Yes, when you get the opportunity to travel, just do. But even when you are here, continue to remember that where you came from and try, when it is necessary, to invest back home, to try to be interested in what's happening home. Because it's the only way we can change our country. Okay. People all run away and living, believe me, 20 years, 30 years from now, you want to go back there.
Right.
You want to go back to make it better. So it's better we all be thinking about it and hoping that we'll keep contributing to make it better.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. So it's a mixed bag we need. Okay, Imam, Salam alaikum. So you're the Imam and you just had a visitor.
Yes.
Can you tell us who the visitor is and his papers that for visiting?
Mr. is a very famous person in Ghana and a minister,
Right.
and by the name Honorable Muntaka. Alhamdulillah, I heard of his name so long time ago. But with Allah's permission, I was able to see him today and we shook hands and we talked. And inshallah, I think his visit is very important to us. And we have benefited a lot from him. And we would also like to have him back, inshallah. Okay. That's what I can say.
Okay, so I asked him a peculiar question I want to ask you too.
Yeah.
So, when it's time for election, this 2024, the election year, we will start seeing people, especially MPs and ministers, visiting, trying to gather votes from here and back home. So what message? What do you have to tell the likes of him and other people who want to come here?
Yes.
It's only election times that we see them, and people are actually running away from the country and they're coming over here. So what do you have to tell?
So what I want to say is what I said earlier.
Right.
I even,
so unfortunately, I don't understand Hausa, and
yes,
a lot of people do not too.
I throw that question to him that they should do us a favor. Anytime there's an election or election year, they come to us, they talk to us, because they know we have influences back home.
Right.
We can also gather some supporters for them here.
Right.
And then after that, we will never see them again until when another election is coming. And I even tell them that even when we go to Ghana to visit, even to see them and then say salam or talk to them, it's tough. Yeah. It's not easy for us to see them.
They're not available.
No, they're not available until maybe when there is an occasion somewhere. But to meet him as an imam or as an elder here, that he came to meet you before he was elected to office.
Right.
After that, it's done. So I think I will advise them to close the gap a little bit between us, seeing them when we go back home, we can see them. Right. And when they come here also, we also welcome them nicely, just like we just did.
Right.
And alhamdulillah, even the vice president now, he was here. The vice president was here before he became a vice president.
Right.
And we were able to pray for him, we make dua for him, we have pictures of him. But then after that, since then, I have never been able to see him.
And recently, former President Mahama came. He came
He came here.
Right.
We try when we go back to see them. It's not easy for us to see them.
Right.
So they should make it very easy for us to. That is also part of the uniting ourselves.
Right.
They come here, we see them, we talk, we make agendas. Right. And then we will not continue the agendas because we don't see them anymore. Once they got elected.
Right.
So that's one thing we would like them to work hardly on it.
Right. Yeah. I know you yourself, you're an imam, you don't deal in politics. And honestly, this is my first time I'm even doing something like, the likes.
No.
And I just chanced on him because he prayed in a masjid and the announcement was made.
Yes.
That's why I'm even doing this recording. Other than that, I wouldn't have been.
We are imams and we are for Ghana. So whenever there is something issue here and there, MPP, NDC, we will address everything for Ghana, not for the parties.
Not for the parties, right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you too.
And also we caught up with some members of the masjid to ask them their view, on what he said, how they understood his message, and also the gentleman that asked him a very, very serious question in Hausa, which I want him to break down in English for the benefit of those who do not understand the local language.
Salam alaikum.
By 1 minute.
No, 2 minutes. 30 seconds.
Okay.
So you just heard from the Honorable Minister and MP for Asawase.
Yes, Asawase is a great man.
Okay, so what do you think? Anytime it's time for elections, they come over here. After elections, you don't see them no more. So what do you discern from his message that he gave?
No one can challenge him. Since he will be MP at Asawase. Because he went there with a good heart. That's why he's still there.
Right.
Yes.
But that's not a question I'm asking you. I'm asking you, you're saying nobody can challenge him. I mean, it's only Allah that, but yeah, let's put that aside.
As soon as you see somebody, if you give somebody work to do, always, whenever the person is doing something, you need that God will ask him.
Right. So you say Allah is going to...
Allah is going to ask him the responsibility.
Right. And the promises that they make.
The people.
Okay.
So whenever you do something, you think about it.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Aja. Yes. Benji Hausa. Come on, move English. So I want to ask you, just no government, but your first name.
My name is Cho, Sarki Cho.
Sarki Cho.
From Nima.
From Nima.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So you asked the honorable question in Hausa. I want you to explain to the general public in English.
Okay. What I asked the Honorable Muntaka is about the issue that rise some times ago about him and Haruna Idris.
Right.
That the MPP government is bribing them in the parliament, so they're not talking about the MPP. Anything that they brought out, they supported it and all that. That's what I asked him. Is it true that he really took some money from them? And he said no.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to know from him. Okay. Because I swear to people that I don't think Honorable Muntaka and Haruna Idris will ever do that. Because I know the kind of caliber that they have. And they were arguing that no, it's true that politicians don't trust them. I say I trust these guys. Because I know they work very, very hard for NDC. And there's no way they're going to take the chicken change like that just to tarnish their image. That is the problem. That's why I asked him that question.
Okay. So one question that I've been asking people is when it's time for elections, you see them come over here trying to get support because people out here do got influence back home.
Oh, yes.
But after elections, you don't get to see them no more. So
I know. You say that would they get people here or you? What?
No. They are trying to garner support from people living here because we have influence back home.
Okay.
But after election year,
They abandon them and all that.
Right.
It's true. We happen most of the time. I cannot mention how many people, politicians come here. They come here anytime with the street talks and everything. But after election, that's it. I remember the vice president was here before. And I don't remember him ever.
what's the name of the vice president?
Honorable, Vice President Mumini Baumia.
Oh,
He was here.
Baumia.
He was here a couple years. But I never remember that he ever been here after the election. After they came into the office, he never been here.
Right.
That's what it is. Everybody does that. But we always support and then give our distance to Ghana because we love our country. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It don't matter if they win, they don't come back, and we still want to support them anyway. Yeah.
Me myself, I had the YouTube channel that I have. I don't do politics.
Right.
I just chanced on him because he came here to pray today.
No.
But like a couple of weeks ago,
Right.
I think somewhere in December, President Muhammad, former president, he came here.
Yeah, he was here.
Right, he
But
was
he
here.
was not in this month.
But he was not in this one. He was in Jersey. He had a endeavor in Jersey. But I didn't bother to go because I don't care about politics.
Right.
But we only care about the nation.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you, sir.
All right,
What's your name
thank you.
again?
I'm Nee.
Nee? Okay, you got?
Yes, sir.
All right, no problem. We're brothers, man.
All right, we're
Thank
all
you
brothers.
very much.
All right, thank you so
All right,
much.
Thanks a lot.
Alright, so that was it. Thanks to everybody that watched this video all the way to the end. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate y'all. Thanks so much. Smash a like on the video. This is not how we plan the year. We're gonna bring y'all entertainment and education as well. But hey, sometimes life happens and you just gotta go through the motions. You heard? And on the next episode, we're going to be bringing y'all the Tambia Cultural Day event, the inauguration of the new president that happened on the 30th of December at Brook Avenue. After a long reign of 7 years by one of the presidents, he finally handed over the reins to the newly elected president. And we're going to be catching some sights and sound from there. So stay tuned. It's a mixed bag with me. Thank you for watching. Peace. All right.
CCO Loyalty Award.
We want everything to be good for everybody. Long life, prosperity, businesses to go up, and you, cameraman, as well. We thank you so much.
In 2024, I want to work on my connection with God, and I also want to work on being more healthy and more active.
About 2024, everything. I wish everyone the best, and I don't know, whatever comes my way. I guess it's whatever.
You're watching The Mixed Bag with Nee. Holla.